the bureaucracy, these names, the shrinking of the federal government. Many people don't even know what the hell the federal government is. They were told that they need to be shrunk there. We got crack we got to get. We need our check cashing places and fried chicken houses to be open, and they gonna stop at our food stamps. No, no, niggas ain't getting behind this. The bureaucracy is a inflated, country killing pig that needs to be put down. America will never realize its potential if we're robbing each other. It's like the saying they always used to say, never get high on your own supply. But it's we've been getting high on our own supply the moment we started selling what we're selling. The American dream is turned into just a Coke and a line of Coke. Drinking Coke and you know, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, soda, and to get a little rush, you got some Coke going on here. The country is high. The politicians are not honorable at all. It's funny, all of the people who are doing us dirty have honorable in the beginning of their name to denote some form of, it's sad. It's sad. It's really, really sad. And what's sad is that we have a chance to fix it and people are lying and making this everything, making this audit of our money about race. How dare you? How could you? You see what's wrong. I don't spend a lot of time trying my best to convince people that they see the evil and feel the evil and live the evil that is now being cleaned up in front of your eyes. We, you know, again, people, and I've learned that whether it be religion or just plain truth, people can care less what's right and what's wrong. They care about, unfortunately, in this day, what they need and what they feel, and this is what the people have been turned into. It's like slow cooking frogs in a hot pot. They don't even realize the team that they play for. They don't realize the agenda of some of these organizations that has led you, your ethnicity, your nationality, your people, your tribe. These people are washing you down a drain and you're dying. And you don't have the sense God gave a billy goat to get from up under what they're selling. They're just simply destroying you. And you want the people who are trying to fix the problem to believe that they are the problem. This is not a recipe, ladies and gentlemen, for a country that is doing well. This is for a country that is a failed state, feeble, and lack of ability to not only be the hegemony, but you've destroyed the country. And instead of doing what you can to fix it and to work to make it, what's left of it, something decent, you continue to sell the people that there's something wrong with fixing the problem. And the people know no better. They're used to being robbed and raped, like people living in a ghetto or living among drug addicts and drug dealers and filth and crime. They believe these things just go in your neighborhood. That's how we are as the American people. We just believe that the filth of what is going on belongs in our government. We don't know what a clean government, and this is what worries people. A lot of people who don't understand what a clean government looks like, what a trusting intelligence community look like, what a strong military look like, we are afraid of that. We want things to stay out as they are. Keep the ghettos where they are. Keep the chicken stores where they are all over the country. Keep the vape shops running and buzzing. Keep some Pepto Bismol. Keep all of the dirtiness and the filth on television. Keep all of the gang members going. Keep all of the child support and single parents, same sex loves going on. Just everything that thought years ago America stood for is now no longer a reality. They really want to change this country so radically, so bad. Under the same breath, they say it's for the best of the country because we want to get rid of this evil, racist, white monopoly system that we're playing. When the truth of the matter is, we're playing a very different game that the American people have been educated and woken up to. And now they believe, again, that we have been taken advantage of. Americans all over understand that simultaneously. Mental telepathy, we get and see the present. We're not dumb. Batteries included, sold separately, assembled. We see what the federal bureaucracy is and what it has been doing with your money. Okay. I did not know if President Trump could juggle fixing the fires around the world that are going on because of our lack of leadership, and at the same time domestically save the American people who are also caught by the balls by this federal bureaucracy government that have a remedy and a policy domestically to handicap, homogenize, overtax, overregulate, overoccupy, overspy, and over control the American people domestically using all sorts of tactics from poisonous food to weaponized law, weaponized executive orders. The federal government for the last 20, 30 years have weaponized the concept of America to turn on its own citizens, arrest our development, keep us docile, sick, water full of crap, food, gas stations, foolishness on television. At the same time, going around the world also creating all of these problems and rebuilding countries and sending fraudulent loans out, then kicking the money back as it gets laundered out to this country for war. It ends up back in the politician's pocket. This is what's going on today, ladies and gentlemen. America is being audited and cleaned up. The halls are filled with piss and poop. I mean, it's incredible how America, this great country, has turned on its sideways on its own citizen. It leans on them and have them paying like a dog chasing his tail, mortgages their whole life, car loans that are bloated, rents that make no sense, overtaxing your food, your eggs, your chicken, bringing up the price of your gas so it can enrich its bloodthirsty agenda around the world and domestically. And we sit there and we take it. America has woken to say we don't want that type of country. And the people are appalled and upset. And they believe that this is Donald Trump's fault, and all of these people are voting like this. All of these people are confused and want his type of world. These people are sick. This is what they've convinced the world, that Donald Trump is a sick white man who has blinded you all, and he's going to put us all back on slave plantations picking cotton. And the truth is, this is a slick, secret, conglomerate, elaborate, illustrious business plan made up by tons of elected and unelected members of money. I'm looking for the right term. These people are ciphering and sucking the money out of this country and blaming it on other invisible things that they know is not the case. Again, I've never seen in my lifetime any country, I don't even know if Europe did this to its citizens, because Europe never changed the way that they were. They were taxing your ass, period. America started off, we don't tax you. Now we got to tax you. Now we got to raise everything and poison the food while we're doing it. So for this man to come in, and that's why I know his assassinations, he was saved by God. He's the only thing standing in the way of the federal government completely becoming weaponized. He's the only thing standing in the way of them continuing to force fluoride in our water. He's the only thing standing in the way of sending billions of dollars out to Ukraine for a war that these people can't even win, just weakening Russia. So somehow Europe and NATO, and I love the way the Trump administration is coming out. They're coming out swinging. Listen, no disrespect, Europe, you need to protect yourself and pay for yourself. Y'all around the world need to pay for our services, including Ukraine. I thought this is gangster. I never seen nothing like that. In the middle of a war, we sent a delegation there to have them sign on the dot. Because we ain't gave you no money. We gave you a loan. Meaning you need to pay back with interest after your niggas died. See, this time we shouldn't even been involved with nothing like this. Cause then, half of us gonna feel sorry and we can't be God, these niggas are dead. We're gonna charge them this goddamn money for killing themselves or being killed by Russians. It just stinks. And it should have never happened. The president is, I'm not sounding like him or trying to repeat. The president is right. This war in Russia and Ukraine should have never happened. Number one. Number two, we should have never lied. I believe the Democrats kind of wanted this so they can have an excuse to send money out to Russia. At the same time, you ain't sending no money out to Ukraine. You're not sending them. You're saying you are, but it was in a form of a loan. You didn't tell us this. That's another thing. Biden administration did not tell us that the money that's going to Ukraine is an actual loan and we wanted the shit back. Trump said this is what they did. So he went out there and made them sign this shit while I'm president. That money that Biden gave you, it was a loan, right? Yeah, okay, well, sign right here. Now your niggas is dead and you got to pay that money back. This is what's going on, ladies and gentlemen. And I have to be mature, I have to be strong, I have to be intelligent about how I am articulating this, because a lot of people have lost their lives, a lot of people are broke, a lot of people money is going down the drain. So I want to be strategic in how I articulate the truth. Washington DC has turned into one big pyramid scheme, Ponzi scheme, snake oil salesman, old car wash of a company called a country, headed its corporate office out of Washington D.C., and these elected and unelected goons are robbing the American people while they're watching LeBron and watching Sex in the City and the new sexual fluidity programs that are on. We're being robbed. We're so busy living day to day in the mud, in the swamp. People see it, they feel it, they know it, and they just don't even know how to adjust the government. This is a shame. It took me my age in my lifetime to watch the government get audited by a president. You would think anybody would do that. If you were managing McDonald's and you take over this store, I'm auditing this shit first before I take the reins as the manager. I don't know if you fucked up the nuggets. Your ass probably could have, said you had this many fries on hand and your ass then used them up, screwed them over, just shrink. America has shrink. We're in deficit. The American people are being robbed blind. And they're so busy thinking about sexuality. They're so busy thinking about race and ethnicity that we are literally drowning in debt. We're only having enough money to pay off our interest on our loans. Some of you who have cars and houses and bought gadgets where you're paying more on interest than the actual principal, that's what's happened to the country. And idiots is talking about, I don't want him in there. This is crazy. But that's why I've got mature. I don't care what they're talking about. The man is cleaning up the country. The budget is fucked up. I don't want to be 10 years from now. We have no Social Security. We just sorry we couldn't tell you. They robbed the Fort Knox. The gold that we had, they laid, I don't know, Joe Biden took it, Obama. No one just didn't tell you. That's what's going to happen one day in America. We're going to wake up and be completely broke, and dumbass Americans, for the sake of sexuality and abortions, are going to fight against doing the right thing by the American people. This is Sesame Street. I've never seen nothing like this in my life. The entire country has woken up and realized the bloated spending abuse of our federal government. Iran is not the story. Sorry. Syria is not the story. Sorry. Ukraine is not the story. Neither is NATO. And I mean this with all disrespect, with all respect to the world. I told you from the very beginning, President Trump is not at war with the Muslims. We are not at war with women. We're not at war with gays. We're not at war. We are at war with the man in the mirror. Ain't nobody can reach an assassination level on Trump but us. Ain't no one can pin Trump and close his mouth, put a gag order on him, and prevent him from doing what he's doing, spying his campaign, but us. Only one that can have removed his security detail before and make it possible for somebody to get on a goddamn roof, bingo, and shoot the guy. We allowed that shit. I'm not going to go into what departments did what, but whole hell, we dropped the fucking ball. Unbelievable. The country is off its rockers. And we don't need to win over souls to Trump. Give a damn about them. Just please don't get on the Noah's Ark. Stay y'all asses out there with them little ass boats. We gonna clean this country up, goddammit. Black folks don't even know what's going on, so don't even add them. Just be thankful for the good niggas you got. Them niggas are high off of sodas, crack, fried chicken, hood shit. We worrying about sex in the hood right now. Fucking bitches. And we got gold chains to buy. We don't know what the fuck is going on. Don't ask us. We got to get a 3-piece at Popeyes right now. We don't fuck about Trump or Biden. This is what niggas are doing. So it's going to take intelligent people who see what is going on to explain to grandma, who was programmed by the old Chitlin Circuit Network, Democratic old Negroes. The white man's out to get us. Buy a 10-cent stamp with the Willie Lynch on it. Nigga, please. Y'all go sell that nonsense to somebody else. We see what's going on. And this is why the states and the American people have given Trump the mandate, clean it up. Clean up the country, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody cares about sexual bathrooms right now. Getting same sex in the military. Get that shit out of here, Jack. Okay? The number one show is not Scooby-Doo. That's over. Okay? This is reality. We have to clean up our government. I never want to have this discussion publicly for the world to see. America has to audit its own damn government. the DOJ has got to clamp down on the rest of these woke AGs who's locking niggas up, locking up Catholics, locking up Christians, spying on us in the homeland. And we're only talking about wrestling, Raw, this bad shorty you wanting to smash, and the government is listening. What is that? It's not just Eric Snowden. The country is drunk. And that's why the founding fathers said the American people, you get to keep your guns, you get to elect a president, and you get to clean up the country. If it ever goes rogue and turn into some one big AI demagogue / cyborg that is intelligence, it took over you. Humans are under arrest by AI. That's the government, by the way. It's not the real AI. The government is turned to AI. It is AI. I don't care who you are. You're the father. You're on child support. I don't care who you are. You're getting taxed twice. You got one kid, we're taxing you for 4. We got a war over here in Ukraine. We got to fix that. And you get the payments out. Go through it. We'll say, okay, this. So you sent Ukraine the first money here. Okay, where's the bank that received the money and Ukraine had it? Oh, well, we didn't literally send it. You know how fiat worked. We just basically told them that this is how many, this is the money, right? Like your bank account and Cash App, and just press the grenades and buttons and bombs and things you need. And you got a budget. You got your millions of more aid. Now, these niggas ain't got the weapons. They ain't got the hard cold cash. We ain't drop a care package out the window. That money never left Washington, D-frickin-C. You understand what I'm talking about here, pal? There's zombies out there. Don't go out there. You niggas, wake up. You know what? You know the sad part about this here? I'm happy I'm maturing. I don't have time in the middle of a war as a United States Marine. I'm motherfucking shooting out here, getting these motherfuckers trying to save the goddamn country. It's going down. And you want me to explain to you what does the Constitution mean? I'm going to slap the shit out you because we at war. Okay? America is at war with itself. Look at who's complaining about Trump. It ain't Iran at this time. Kim Jong-il is quiet. Russia and slowed this whole down. Chuck Schumer's upset though. You got people protesting and you kicking the immigrants out. We can't have our sexuality no more. Our gender has been stripped. Wait, I thought the rest of the world was supposed to be. I thought the Muslims were supposed to be protesting. He ain't worried about that. See, because while you up there looking at the Muslims out there being bad, hey, man, get them damn American dollars. Say we're going to say it went to Ukraine. Send them hoes on an offshore account, and we leave in government. We going to be rich. These dumbass niggas thought we were sending money to Ukraine, and not one penny ever went to Ukraine. Don't interrupt the enemy when they destroying themselves. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. He said it correctly. Don't interrupt the enemy when it's destroying itself. They said that the only way that this country will fall is from within. And if somebody, just like you see in the police show, when they go in and they're recording and they're like, you can't record here. Yes, we can. This is the Constitution. Well, they just don't like it, usually walk away and leave them. The federal government is just like that. This is our tax money. No, it's ours. Oh, okay. You work for us. Well, he guess he ain't lying. Where is the Ukraine money? Send me the receipt. You can't ask for that receipt. This is unconstitutional. You're trying to stop our sexuality. You just don't want black women to have health care. No, we're asking for the receipts for Ukraine. A black woman since Rosa Parks, okay, fine. But where is the receipt for Ukraine? And we can get to black women, abortions, Rosa Parks, Oprah, Whoopi Goldberg. We're going to get to all that. I promise you. But first, show me the receipt that you sent to Ukraine. I'll wait. We'll get it faxed over. It might take about 90 days or to the end of this administration, but we'll get you the receipt. We got it somewhere in one of the caves with the retirement packages for people's 401ks and people's SS Social Security. Down there in the cave, the elevator would stop working and the papers got burnt up and we lost the fucking receipts. Hell, America, big dummies will still say, the government ain't did nothing wrong. The government ain't wrong. You're getting robbed, sir. I don't give a fuck about Ukraine right now. I don't give a fuck about the Ayatollah, Syria. We are being robbed, ladies and gentlemen. We are getting screwed over. And this is the first time in my lifetime an attorney general is actually doing the goddamn right thing. This ain't a Republican takeover. It's not a deep state takeover. Otherwise, the mayor of New York ass would be in jail right now. We need bipartisanship. That's why Tulsi Gabbard is over here. That's why RFK Jr. is over here, man. This is the party of common sense, man. Y'all are the ones that are wrong. And it's a shame that you are willing. I still got my youth, baby. All these years. Look, I still got my youth. But I know I'm getting older. And it's a shame. I've been here to watch pages disappear. I watch VCRs disappear. I watch Walkmans disappear. I watch cameras on street corners appear. I watch colored televisions come in. And I'm a young man. I'm talking about the leftover shit that was here. It's gone. Payphones, they gone. This country is going right down behind it. I promise you that. Our freedoms, our norms, by our own domestic agenda, which is against the American people. You so busy watching what's going on in the Middle East, you're not watching your own goddamn treasury. Like I said, we went down there to check the Fort Knox and them hoes been going since 2010. A report gonna come out, Elon gonna find. Oh, y'all thought y'all had gold to back up the dollar? America ain't got nothing. We don't know that Obama take it. The Xi Jinping got it. Modi might got it. Canada, Justin Trudeau took it. We don't know where it went. That's what's coming to America. The people are so drunk in sexuality. They're so drunk in abortions and a scary white man. They're not watching as we get robbed in our own country and wake up bankrupt, ladies and gentlemen. With a foreign policy, with a foreign government on our borders. Then snuck in through Canada, then snuck in through California, blowing up grids and shit. That's what y'all want. You can't stop until that happens. Again, when you see the waste that this government gets caught for, people are going to beg Trump to run 4 more years on top of this. He will have a clear mandate constitutionally by the American people to stay in office for 4 more years on top of this one to cleanse out the disgusting filthiness that our forefathers were afraid would happen to this country if the American people lose control and the bureaucracy was able to expand and no more listen to SCOTUS or the Supreme Court. Make maritime law level water raised so high that the law of the land means nothing. That's where you see these courts are doing what they want to do. That's where you see rogue prosecutors weaponizing and doing lawfare. It's happening every day. And this is the best thing that could have happened to black folks. And you sit up here thinking the Republican Party is your enemy. Your ass was a domestic terrorist, and a lot of the people overseas was the foreign terrorists. Okay? Now we done turned on ourselves to cleanse ourselves. And you got people who are used to stealing and robbing from America. You are angry now that the American people figured this shit out. Isn't that a shame? I can promise you one thing. As I get older, I'm gonna say I was a part of it. I'm just like one of them old veterans with this hat on, sitting there. I was one of the African Americans. I was from the children of the slaves, the children of the sharecroppers. I watched America clean itself up. I watched us get off the Democratic Party. I watched the entire curtain fall down in my lifetime, and I was one of the few who helped to get us back to a clean, moral, economic, mental, emotional, physical state. I watch Black people go from beautiful married couples and families to gringy, soul destructive, hateful, dietary, hateful mentality, misguided sexuality, misguided. I watched the crummy cruddiness of us disintegrate and then come back to life and become a beautiful people as our ancestors who were hard workers, who were mechanics, engineers. They created not only music and automobiles and clocks and all types of things, the things that you know this month, Black History for, Black people, this is who we need to become again. What we have become under the liberal democratic left, ladies and gentlemen, we have become liars, we have become thieves, we have become part of the deep state, we have become hateful. We use reverse racism. We use racial cards for no reason. We just angry. We have terrible marriages. Our children are incarcerated in drugs, on jail. They're on social media. They don't listen. They burning down statues, neighborhoods, towns, counties. They're not even working anymore. Black folks don't even have successful marriages, children. We're not building anymore. We don't respect our elders anymore. We have just turned into gremlins. We don't care about the filth in our communities. We don't care about our ladies anymore. We've allowed them to become aggressive, loud, deceitful under the arm of the liberal left. They are a tool, a pawn now. They're just an escort for the attorney general, child support, like a hoe outside, and the pimp is waiting in the courthouse to get your ass hooked up. You done watch the clap, put your dingaling in there, and 16 days later, baby ain't even an embryo. She ain't even pissed on a thing yet, and you on child support. That's what's going on. And they use them to prosecute you at the same damn time. Two phones, one for the rose and one for the dough. But guess what? We are always quick to say, yeah, them rappers, they being controlled by the evil empire of the deep state. The Hollywood, they controlling all them niggas, the boule. Yeah, you like to push that narrative until it comes back to you, and we say the real boule is the black church. Hold on. Excuse me? The real boule is the black left-wing Democratic caucus that is being controlled by special interests in the deep state. Yes, you are. We know all about it, baby. You never believed that we were this intelligent as Republicans, as conservatives, and as the real descendants of those people for 400 years who cleaned up this country, who worked hard, who went to school, who graduated, who stayed married, who lived in homes, who tilled their lands, they farmed, they did everything, even with a huge master on their back. They was honorable, they was upright, and they got themselves out of slavery. And they went down in the halls of history as an amazingly spectacular, worthy of praise by young white people, older white people, Asians, Africans all over the world respect my ancestors because the way they fought against the wickedness and the power. This generation of black people are not even a kilometer, not even a pinky of the integrity of those people who fought for real reforms, not just using no Bible. We didn't use the Bible. We used the Constitution to say what we had a right to do in this country. We learned it. We learned the language. We learn the dramatic intricacies of the language, of the grammar, of the mindset, and then went ahead and add our flavor to it because we're gonna make it do what it do. And we became a beautiful country. And then we got corrupted, victimized, weaponized. Then the deep state came in and brought us the welfare state. reconstructed the black community under a social experiment, removing the fathers and the structure and the pride of the home, the patriarch of the home that was giving us that military push, respect law push, respect everybody, be you, be powerful, be great. They removed that and they just gave us the feminine aspect. The white man is the problem. You are a victim. Everyone's out to get you. It's the foreigner's fault. It's the white man's fault. It's the Indians' fault. It's the Africans who sold us fault. It's your fathers who walked out of the house fault. When the real reality was, this was also a social engineering experiment, something like the Willie Lynch, where you take a people and you discombobulate them and keep them in this shrine shoebox of a ghetto or inner city. You rebuild their mind under the reconstruction of the slave, using black women as the poster child for this new type of thinking for young people who get pulled over by law enforcement, who shy away from school now all of a sudden, who don't like the military, who hate the police, with Gringy, with Dungeon, with thugs, with gangsters. You created this. And now you hide your hand and just blame Republicans and white men. This is not a recipe for moving black people forward. People are going to look through this. I'm telling you, at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, you remember you heard a black man tell you this. Remember, I said this. Before I get a bunch of gray hair, I promise you this. You are going to see a new reconstruction of African American community, reconstruction of this country, and you are going to begin to see, not just with Diddy and not just with all these other people who are falling from grace, you are going to begin to see us clean up our dietary. Black people have the worst dietary anywhere in the galaxy. Soul food is destruction food. Ghetto is your casket. Your crib is your casket. Your foolishness and your fun in the world is your casket. Your lack of knowledge of law and of civil procedures in the world as African Americans is your own doing and destruction. It has nothing to do with white folks, nothing to do with the devil, nothing to do. It is your ignorance, your lack of concert with each other. You hate your own self, and you've accepted a very grim and evil way of life. You leave your daughters out there to hoe. You leave your sons and your boys out there to either work for somebody or sell drugs. You offer them nothing, but you bask in your degrees and in your chartered conservative or your chartered groups that make you feel that you're somebody because you're in some sort of alumni or you're Greek lettered or you some boule, but yet you are weak because all of the so-called boule are either getting locked up, they're dying, they're complaining about Hollywood and all of the Jews who are controlling them. But I thought you had power. And again, I have nothing against the Freedmans, nothing against the Prince Hall Masons. I have nothing against any of the Eastern Stars or Greek lettered black women, the Delphas and Deltas and all those other kind of people. I know one thing, none of y'all niggas got a clue in how to run a country. None of y'all got a clue in how to move an economy and how to rescue your own black people out of the hands of a schizophrenic bureaucracy that is turned on its own citizens, including white folks, are dealing with the worst brunt of American corporation, business, AI, cyborg of a country that is called Washington, D.C., the District of Columbia. It is basically running like the Federal Reserve. It's on our land, but is a subsidiary group of somewhere else in the world. You know it like I know it. And people are stunned that there were black people on the right that was this intelligent. It's not just Candace Owens. It's not just Thomas Sowell or Larry Elder. Black folks really think like that. Why would you think that they would kick black men out of the home help to incarcerate us. We are buying all of the caskets, not black women. Again, nothing against black women. We're buying the flowers for the funeral. We're renting all of the hearses because the idea is to kill the males and preserve the girls. Change the narrative and mentally instruct them and their children, because you don't need to put them in chains if you got them mentally. The kids will follow the adults. The fathers are gone, the structure, the security, and this is the black community you got. Feel sorry for the black woman and donate to her. And all you doing is fueling a social engineering project that is coming to a town near you. Because it ain't gonna just stop with black folks or Native American Indians. They're coming in to clean house on white families, Hispanic families. Throw your men out and we'll subsidize you too. Uncle Sam's got your back. You don't need a husband. We'll give you Section 8. We'll give you affirmative action like black women and welfare. We got you covered. We'll put you in our municipal buildings. Prosecute your husbands for having another baby mama. Because that's who prosecute child support. 85% of the applications processed in child support are through black women. The complaining people or the people who file are black women. Essentially saying, we'll give you the keys, the gavel, the pen, the judicial prudence and backing to lynch black men. That's exactly what is going on in America today under the Democratic Party. Hell, we'll even help you with a crime bill. Put them away. You're the head of the house now. Your kids are a victim. They need to be in special ed. They need more fried chicken and check cashing places. They need bitches with more weaves and fingernails and bonnets on. Motherfuckers rapping and shit, talking about bitches' holes and bottles of whiskey. We don't need you niggas with doctors, dual citizenship. None of y'all don't need no fucking passport. Just fuck bitches, nigga, and go down with your 6'4", and hope LeBron gonna get one more championship. That's who you think niggas is. It is a disgrace. You've got us fucked up type shit. I hate to tell you, we cleaning up. We cleaning up. And it's time for the country to clean up. And if you know like I know and you really love this country, you have to become part of this movement. They're going to say something bad about everybody. Don't matter who you are. You got to be built for this. I'm going to tell you this right now. I'm going down in history. Not only am I going to be a millionaire, not only am I going to be one of the new reformers of the Black American people, an ambassador, a congressman at some point. Yeah, I'll cut all of this off. But I'm going to have a true story. I'm going to be a survivor. I'm not a victim. I survived the fake single parent household hoax that y'all created. I survived food stamps. I survived affirmative action in Section 8. I survived the ghettos, the crack epidemic, the removal of fathers by my own federal government, putting drugs in. I survived that. And I'm going to live to write about it, and I'm going to encourage the next generation. Ask not what your country can do for you, but what could you do to your country? It is my honor to help that American flag stay clean. It is my honor to give that flag to my kids. It is my honor to see that flag flying and stand for justice. It is my honor. And I can tell you, listen, how about we go off the rail, nigga? Give them that Wu-Tang. This is the sad part about it. This is off the rails now. Y'all can see y'all, it is what it is. I pray that God allows me to be in a relationship at some point with a black woman, an American black woman. But I'm gonna tell you, like many black men and people who stop believing for a bus to pull up in an alleyway where there's no bus stop indicating that one should be here with a schedule. Well, I ain't waiting for no fucking bus here because it ain't setting up one coming here. And the same thing goes. Unfortunately, the Democratic Party, the liberal left, and the deep state have arrested the development of black women and completely in control. maybe less than 5% of them are still free and able to make conscious and real reality choices. The rest of them are damn near destroyed. This is the sad part about it. I have two choices: stay single or get a good white woman. I'm not joking. This is one of the saddest days in history. And I was talking to a friend of mine. I said, I feel so uncomfortable. When the truth is stranger than fiction, I feel weird. It's not my fault. When we have literally, this is Stranger Things turned into the upside down, where you mean to tell me most black women won't date me because I have American flags all over my house? Wait, stop. Let's just back up again. Because somebody said, oh, he don't like black women. Any black man, listen to me, that stands on his country and stands on his business, and especially if you conservative, meaning you care about how your money is spent that you are accumulating and given to the treasury. You go against the agenda, which is not their own, of the Black American woman conglomerate organization, secret society, which its parent company is the Democratic Party, liberal left, and some left wing Jewish activists on the left are the subsidiary sole proprietors of the black woman concept that you know today in America. And if you are a black man who believes that you're the head of the house, see that we can't just we can't like it. If you're Republican, we just can't. You conservative, no, we just can't. You got guns in the house, we can't do that. So you essentially are saying, wait a minute, they gave you the power by kicking our fathers out. You get a head start. We come to an accurate knowledge, like Simba, of our place in the world and our place in our homes and in our relationship. But yet you want to fight over who is the head of the house. You want to fight over politics. And you expect us to sit around and play with you. With this much time we all get under the sun and moon, we out of here, we gonna die. Well, give me the white girl. Are you Republican, baby? Good. You conservative? Good. You know how to make some eggs? Good. You have a vagina? Good. You like a little retro, little whiskey? No, I'm kidding. Yeah, I'm just joking. But you're a woman, ain't you? We're gonna have to deal with that. Because see, the black man, and again, and I want to say this, and I'm going to end here. The Arabs have an agenda. The Indians and every subsidiary group that goes into India, they have an agenda. The Asians, China, Japan, Vietnam, Korea, they have an agenda. The white man has an agenda. I don't care if it's Scotland or Russia, they have an agenda. I'm here to announce to you the black man has an agenda. Worldwide, black men have an agenda, and it's no disrespect, it has nothing to do with black women at all. It was just, well, they got an agenda, got nothing to do with us. But our primary agenda is the protection of our boys, our girls, and our elderly and our people. That's our primary goal, is to protect ours. No matter what color that may be that's in your family. Because I enjoy a good black family that's got everything in it. So white, Hispanic, a little Italian in there. Black folks too, We's a good family. It's a good, strong family. But I'm here to tell you that things as you know it is going to change, ladies and gentlemen. And I spoke truth to power a few times. I'm just going to be young enough and old enough to see it and watch it happen. It's on its way. And remember, you heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Things as you know it are going to change miraculously. And the black man agenda is the protection of the black woman, but we will take no prisoners. We will not negotiate. We are the men and the head of the household, and there is no negotiation, honey. I don't know what the Democrats told you, no disrespect. I don't know what some of the Jewish people on the left told you. I don't know what the liberals tell you, baby. I'm telling you, as a black man, like Shaft, you hear me? Like Granddaddy back in the 1800s. They'll go back and check them black niggas. I'm telling you, y'all be playing. I'm telling you, we not finna play with you, baby. We got things to do. We got things to build. We got to fix the world. We got things to do. Black man ain't playing around. This shit stops today. The arguing, the strong black woman, the memes, the jokes of the black man with the black eye, and she like get out and all this other goofy shit. That shit stops. This is a social engineered, unfortunate attack on a segment of American people, and it's only growing. And it was part of what the Me Too movement became, where people were being attacked and canceled and couldn't even say nothing about some of the everyday issues. This is what this can expand to in the deep state and under the woke movement. The woke movement has completely hijacked the identity and the agenda of Black American women, and many of them know it. They feel it. They don't know like how did we get caught in this? They tricked you, like Jane Elliott said when she went to the round tabletop and was talking to Jada Pinkett Smith. You got tricked again by the same organization who swindled you out of your homes with your black men to tell the world a magical Disney lie that you are the single parent black woman, knowing you signed a contract with the federal government to remove your fathers, your husbands, your fiancés out of the home for financial aid for the welfare state that Thomas Sowell talks about, Larry Elder talks about. It is becoming clear to young black people, young black boys who are 12 years old can explain this now. It's just like you're auditing the federal government, and this is no knock against black women. You're caught in the audit, honey. I said this over 30 years. When American people figured out how black men in all 50 states got pulled out of the home through a federal government program like the cables under the water, top secret shit. The shit is all everywhere now. It's called the welfare state. When they figure out why are so many of y'all on the Democratic Party anyway? Oh, the welfare state. Okay. Wait, how did y'all get food stamps? Oh, the welfare state. How did so many of y'all fathers get out the home again? Oh, the welfare state. Why are so many black men in jail? Why is there a crime bill? You put the pieces together and you see what I was telling you from the very beginning, how the liberal left won the black community, kept us there for over 40, 50 years, dismissed the fathers, incarcerated the boys, made millions and trillions off of our own destruction, and there was no way to fight it. There was no American justice to fix it, to slow it down, to bring eyes to what it was doing. And it happened not only once, twice, but three different times. The federal government had to come in and take a look at the government pulling drugs into the black community through our own military, and it got shut down. Many law enforcement, many officials went to jail over it. It happened under the Reagan era. Okay. It happened in the Nixon era. And lately, and now it has happened under the Obama era and under the Clinton era, that they create not only a weaponized intelligence community and tried to weaponize the FBI, they also tried to weaponize the uh, strong points of the Christian black woman. So they went to the fraternities. They went to some of the sororities, excuse me, some of the sororities. They went to some of these, charted groups, some of these Greek lettered, and they got them as the representatives of the bigger ummah of black women, and they begin to sow the seeds of almost concentration campism. Tell your boys this. Tell them the government is evil. Tell them it's the fault of white folks. Tell them America owes you something. Tell them you're a victim. Tell them you can't get out the government. The system is rigged against you, and it's the white man, it's the Republican. They begin to indoctrinate us over 30 some odd years, ladies and gentlemen, is what I'm here to help you to understand. And in the audit of America, that is coming out. So I want the American people, it says, someone please help this young man see how foolish he is. We're not even going to give you any time. Baby, people like you is getting swept up like trash in this. Y'all all are being made naked and bare in front of the American people eyes. Actually, blacks and whites ain't never been this united in a long time. We sitting up in here laughing at y'all. Y'all think we finna turn the guns on each other and get into some race war? That's what you want. You just want to distract and get back to sexuality. Don't put the magnifying glass and flashlight on the federal government's budget. Please don't do that. Don't audit the apartment complexes. Don't audit the airplane companies, and show the American people, not only show them, but fix our money. I'm not leaving this country broke. I'm not here to make some fucking money to go to McDonald's all the time or damn Dickies. I want to take a trip once or twice a year to goddamn Greenland, Scotland. I got shit I want to do. I want a fucking big ass house with 2-3 acres and a badass white wife with 2 horses and about 20 chickens and 2 cows. I don't want to fucking lie. I can't deal with that shit. I got my own goddamn dreams. I'm not fucking around with Washington, helping Ukraine out, nigga. I get my own 70 years of fucking life, and I want some good pussy while I'm here. I want some good food while I'm here before I go back to the goddamn universe. I want some good clean water. You understand me? I want a good educational system. And you can keep that other shit and sell it to somebody else. Okay? Niggas, you ain't winning this one now. We are woke. They even got Snoop Dogg, damn it. Wu-Tang with us, motherfucker. Now who gonna help y'all niggas? See? Dave Chappelle, all the real niggas waking up. Lil Wayne, Kodak. You understand me? Niggas is waking up and y'all mad. You want us to keep that old race card Negro foolishness going on. And people ain't feeling that, man. We bumping our head against the same old wall talking about civil rights. Nobody gives a damn about this foolishness, all right? It's time to move on. It said he want good water, good education from a man that is destroying these departments. First of all, see, this nigga line his ass up. Bring his ass in here. Bring him in here. Bring him in the congregation. We need niggas like this. You don't just beat up niggas. Bring him in here. Don't embarrass him. See, you see this nigga right here? Let me read to you what this nigga said. Yeah, I can read, boy. Listen to this nigga here. He said, he starts off by this way. Said he wants good water, education from a man that is destroying these departments. Talking about Trump. Also, Kodak Black is a crackhead. Okay. Now, guess what? If he's a crackhead, I guess his black mother's a crackhead. You don't want to hear that, huh? Same thing with DMX. Now let me show you how to educate how you pimp slap a nigga and keep it moving with a badass white girl. You instead stay in your place and be all the way black. Just be looking like Jack Johnson out this motherfucker. Listen, he's saying that Trump is destroying the departments that I'm saying I want to see goodwill out of. No, my good friend. See, that's why we got RFK for niggas like you whose records on water and many other things is going to prove to the American people where we coming from. See, we tired of talking with y'all. Y'all can go argue with somebody else. Okay? we get the fluoride out your water. You're gonna drink your tap water again, or else you shouldn't pay for it. Okay? Find somebody else to play with, son. Okay? My man said the first day he got in office and he put that boy in there, RFK, he said, we're gonna clean up the water. We going in the gas stations and get all that shit up out of there. Our food can't be sold to nobody. Before Trump got in there, countries don't want it, including Europe. You turn over a Europe Big Mac, you big dummy. Turn over American Big Mac. You turn over an American Coke, European Coke, an American Snicker, another Snicker. Should I go get something for this nigga? Oh, let me see. Come here. Stay right there, nigga. Stay there. Now, see, this nigga, I'm gonna get off, y'all. Ain't never been nowhere. And he don't read. I guarantee you he ain't got a copy of this. He's never read a copy. He's the type of nigga you just keep him going. You stand on the corner and sell a few bags of dope, nigga, and stay black. You know what I mean? Get you some fucking chicken, huh? Got no goddamn class. You see that, buddy? How many stamps you got in your passport? Where the fuck have you been, pal? What other currencies have you dove in? What other, you got any other citizenships? What you got going on? No, you're just an idiot who want to keep talking about stupid shit that does not amount to anything that people can use tangibly to help themselves out of ghettos, help themselves out of a depressive ghetto state, help them to become part of their own chakras and get into their higher self, fix their dietary. No one's forcing niggas to eat the way we fucking eating, creating preventable maintenance disease on ourselves. Talking about this hereditary. The only thing hereditary in the black community is ignorance and stupidity. The only thing that's hereditary. What's going on, baby? I'm educating these fools right now. Now, we are fixing this country. And it ain't easy because the country has been effed up for a long time. Let's read what he said. I'm from the UK. I've been all over the countries. 15 countries, he says, though. He's from UK. And he's talking like this. Of course, that's no wonder you're talking like this. He's from the liberal capital. He's from the capital, the corporate office of the deep state. He's from Europe. Listen at this beauty. He says, we had the exact same thing with Brexit. You did not have the same thing with Brexit. You're lying. And I will explain to you what Brexit is. You don't even know what you're talking about, Chief, at all. Brexit is nothing like what's going on. That's why Brexit only was arguing for their own currency. And they were basically arguing for certain small reforms that they did not want to comply with the EU, and that included migration. However, Brexit quickly came to their senses because what Brexit was really about was the sovereignty of London or of the Brits. Now, first of all, everybody in the place we call London or in England is not a Brit. First of all, you should do a research on that. Okay, everybody who says that they're Brit, just like everybody in this country is not a patriot. They're a citizen, but not a patriot. There's a whole difference. This cat right here is very uneducated about his own country, supposedly, and the things that are actually going on in the world. Brexit was nothing compared to what we're doing over here. Y'all are not a republic. We are a republic for which it stands one nation. And democracy and the old York, not New York, the old York, the old crown thinks that it can continue to dictate through our policies, through the Democratic Party, through people like Obama, the Clintons. It can reach its tentacles into our country and basically control our federal bureaucracy. It's not happening. People are not stupid, sir. America may look dumb. Our weight and how we walk around the mall, like George Carlin said. You heard what he said. It's been brought and paid for, baby. And this is what's scaring black people on the left. They did not know that we were this awoke. And so they stole the word because wokeness and being a woke was really conscious battling in the streets, like people from like Black Pharaoh, Sinetta, Dr. Umar. That's wokeness. We woke as black people to the reality of what the fuck they've been going on around us. Y'all hijack it, turn it into some sexual bloating of the federal government and spying on its own citizens. That's now become wokeness. Okay. And again, you think people can't see you and you are able to hide, like, no disrespect, the old Al Sharpton and the old Rainbow Coalition. The white man is the problem. Don't worry about looking at the government, what they're doing. It's not the media. Don Lemon is good. Rachel Maddows and all of these paid puppets by the deep state. You got to ask yourself, where do they find these people, including Anderson Cooper? Where do they find these people? Who are they? Joy Reid. Have you asked yourself that? Van Jones. Think about it. Brother, we are not stupid, fam. I represent people like Thomas Sowell, bro. Thurgood Marshall. I don't know who you think you talking to, bro. I'm not your average Negro, son. You should see by the tats on my neck, the sun and the moon, bro. I am an illustrious body. I don't got no light on my fingers, anything. I'm not wearing my fez. I don't need to do that. But I want you to stop playing with us. And niggas, especially, y'all gonna stop this left-wing fried chicken shit with us. We're sick of it. In the name of our ancestors and what they've been through, you want to push this democratic sexual agenda, men and women sports foolishness in the name of black civil rights. You sound stupid and it's pissing us off. And you don't think that we are a giant. We are a sleeping giant. We waiting for a few more pieces to fall in place. And you're going to see the wrath of black people come down on these imposters who are trying to get our babies to go out here and tear down federal buildings, get our babies to go out here and continue to defy the law, finding themselves in a graveyard because they didn't know how to drive down the street and obey the law. They don't want to teach the children how to vote, give them a copy of the Constitution, help them become writers and authors and doctors. You want them to become more Megan Thee Stallions, more rappers. That's what you want out of us. More shift leaders. That's what you want out of us. More terrible dietary. That's what you want out of the black community. And you get mad when we don't live up to it. You get mad when we don't do what you say and use your talking points like The View. This is the last thing I'm going to say. I've been all over the world, including Africa, my friend. Middle East. I've worked all over. And I sit down and I talk to people as somewhat of a emissary of black people. And I tell me, what do you see when you look at my people? Just like that, we out of the country. We talk to me. We sitting down. We got music. You know, you drink. What? Talk to me. He said, brother, let me be honest with you, bro. I don't like to say nothing because I don't want to be considered racist. Da, da, da. I talk with white folks, Irish, Italians. I talk with people from Saudi, people from Sri Lanka, India. I want to know what you think about black people. People from Haiti, Ethiopia. Black people don't think the world can see you. That's your problem. You don't think the world can see you. You think that you're in some ghetto bubble with a hood over your face and no one sees you. Everyone's watching you. And they've watched from the last 50, 60 years how you have developed and how this is all going to unfold. Let's see what he says. He has got more to say. He says, you're bringing up things that I don't agree with. Uh, think they're saying something, okay? How many times do I have to say I am not in left agree and left agenda? Okay, please tell me when I said that. No one said you said that. You are stepping in and you're saying things to compare yourself to a left leaning country, not a province. England is liberal, period. They are probably the most liberal people on the face of this earth, anyway. And that's again, you got, see, I'm going to say this. And this is why I believe in God more than anything else. God can take a people, he can take a babe, he can take a rock, he can take an ant and educate you and watch you spend millions and millions of dollars on degrees that are senseless and can do you no good. And he can fill a person with no education, as you call it, education. Listen to the word. He can educate them and send them back to you and confound the wise. The knowledge that my generation have under God, who's going to use the blacks, especially on the right, on the conservatives, to confound the wise and the mighty Goliath, which is the Chitlin Circuit, the Black Church, the Democratic Party. We are going to bring you to your knees and make our ancestors proud of us that we did not stand for your liberal, disgusting agenda to tear this country apart. We did not play the race card. We didn't want racism in our schools. We don't want to educate it there. You do. We don't want these chicken stores on every corner and check cashing places. You do. We don't want men and women sports. You do. We don't want to push this sexual agenda on our children. You blacks on the left do. You are going to pay the consequences at the end of the day. You will not be able to hide behind the federal government for the stance that you have taken in front of the entire world, hiding your hand like it's not you. You're fighting against the powers of the wicked, big, bad white man. Ladies and gentlemen, listen. That shit is as old as the old Batman with pow, bing, boom, hey, you know all the ladies. Stop it! Don't insult us this way. We gotta go. Listen to this one more. He says, I'm from London, one of the most diverse cities in the world. They always use diversity. You know, that's the issue word right now, diversity. The diversity in the towers, traffic control. There's all this diversity. Yeah, diversity in the bathrooms, isn't it? Right? With diversity. I don't give a damn about no fucking diversity. I love people. That ain't no fucking diversity. White coochie ain't diversity. Goddamn Mexican women ain't diversity, bitch. That's our sisters. Y'all have weaponized everything you put your hands on. You weaponize the goddamn color, all the colors put together, known as the rainbow, is just on fucking beach balls, kid shit. You know, weaponize the motherfucker. You weaponize everything. Marriage, you fucking weaponize it. You just can't help yourself. The school system, you weaponize it. Law enforcement, you weaponize it. You can't help yourself. Feminism, you weaponize it. Masculinity, you weaponize it. Toxic masculinity, you are doing this. Our food, you weaponize it. You are the problem. People can see you. You're not the old liberal, just meaning, you live a little while, like a little leather jacket, little color in your hair. That was liberal back in the day. If you don't mind marrying somebody outside you, that's liberal. All right, you play video games. That was liberal. Now, liberal means open borders. Now, liberal means we do what the fuck we want with your tax dollars. Liberal means we got 15 genders in this country. Now, that's liberal. That's what they didn't change liberal to mean. Shame on you. It says, what do you think about the. Hold on. So there's tons we need to do to make up for the past. It says, yes, our ancestors who fought for civil rights are happy that those rights are being eroded or and repelled. Now, again, my good Negro buddies, you're gonna have to sell that to somebody else. Us over here, we ain't buying that. And first of all, let me show you that. Let me school you. Here goes another Negro. Let me pull this Negro out. Can I get this one? Line them up. You know how you throw the thing at the thing, they fall in the water. Here goes another Negro. Listen to this. It says, yes, our ancestors who fought for civil rights, they didn't fight for no civil fucking rights. We had nothing to do with civil rights. They renamed that whole civil rights. Bitch, we fought for sovereignty, my nigga. Get educated. You Negroes, and it's not your fault. Let me help you. You can't help yourself. You're gonna eat the fried chicken and all of the oil and the processed foods. Let me help you, nigga. Come here. Come here. Let me fucking hug you. Stop being so mean to my goddamn people. You niggas are dying for lack of knowledge, aren't you? Ignorance of the laws. Let me teach you about the government, my friend. Let me help you. Let me hug you. Come here. Listen. Black Americans, who I am one of, I feel so happy, Black History Month, they died for sovereignty and the rites of passage. To be a man or a woman and be equal to everybody else. Civil rights became the language used to weaponize the real reality of what the people wanted. They wanted sovereignty, much different from liberty, much different from Emancipation Proclamation, much different from freedom. Sovereignty is the right to have your own flag, your own country, your own borders, your own military, your own police department. That's what they died for. But the only thing that they was rewarded with was Emancipation Proclamation and freedom with liberties to be a part of a bigger idea, which ultimately came into us freeing ourselves. That's who frees you. It's yourself. It was not Dr. King. He got melancholy when he realized he just signed his people deeper into slavery and a burning house, if you will. Educate yourself. Don't listen to Negroes like this. That's what I told you. Don't let people pray for you. Oh man, I ain't seen long. I'm gonna say a prayer for you. My thoughts and my prayers. Keep that shit to yourself. I don't need that. I don't need no more chitlins from you niggas. I don't need no fried chicken from you niggas. I don't need you to verify my black card, niggas. I don't need you to say what coochie I can have, nigga. I don't need you to say if I could be black, if I could have this type of hair. Nigga, sit your ass down and be educated. What you do. What you do. Or go listen to some more Steve Harvey and some Whoopi Goldberg, nigga. Because we off that. Now, it says, yes, I remember Dr. King Jr.'s speech about sovereignty. Thank you. So let's stop telling the world our ancestors died for civil rights. Since they couldn't get sovereignty, since they were going to live here and be integrated, then we wanted civil rights. The rights to be civil amongst society. Learn the words, not you, I'm just saying in general. The right to be civil where we live and to be respected. So civil rights has been a hijacker to who Black people are. It's a fraction of our argument. It has nothing to do with the reparatory justice of our own brain, our narrative, our culture, our heritage, our language. Clearly. Thank you. That's all I wanted to make clear. And again, I'm not aiming this at you. I'm aiming this at the Black people who would use their degrees, their brains in the service and favor of the Democratic left to create a narrative that sort of fogs up the real reality of what Black people are facing. And it confuses the world about who Black people really are, what we really believe, how we really think. And this is, again, of the broadcasting system, the propaganda machine, the fake news media, Hollywood, and all of the major players who own a lot of the instruments in which Black people communicate on, and also pull the money away from Black people the moment you stop saying what we told your ass to say. So while my channel was always getting blocked, always homogenizing me, dude, I should have been viral. They won't let it go. They continue to make sure you can't see when I'm online. They continue to make sure that I can't get notifications going out. My likes, I don't get them. This is a shame. This is a shame. But this is what's going on. They don't want you to see this type of Black folk. They don't want you to see Black folk who ain't got the first thing on his tongue as a white man is a problem. The nigga talking like Dr. Claude Anderson. Talking like Dr. Clark, like Dr. Julia here. We're talking about economics. We're holding real forums. We're talking about dietary, kosher, reform and respect for our women, ladies, girls, mothers, and daughters, decency, morality. Y'all playing with us. And we trying to get up off the floor because we in the ghetto. We killing each other. Off of a sick social experiment of the fucking government, we got to go in there and clean this shit up. Girls on crack and drugs, boys killing each other over in Chicago, in Baltimore, in fucking New York, in Compton. This shit needs to be cleaned up. But you are like pigs wallowing in it. You want the fucking pussy hanging out in the street like that, getting niggas jacked for fucking child support. You want Popeyes, Church's Chicken, Williams Chicken, Henderson Chicken, fucking George's Chicken, and Scott and Rock. Everybody's fucking chicken and check that place on the same block. Titties out there, crack, motherfucking whiskey. That shit. You love it. Out there, get you some soul food while you're out there. And vote and stop at the church if you get a chance. Baby, I love you. We ain't going down like that. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll talk to y'all later. It says we fought for equality. No, we didn't. No, we didn't. We did not fight for no fucking equality. You don't need equality if you're sovereign and free. Saudi Arabia can't fight for equality in Saudi Arabia. You don't fight for equality in China. You are the Chinese people. It is equality. Black people fought for sovereignty. And because we could not get sovereignty and had to settle for integration, we said, well, at least be civil to us. You ever heard somebody say, act civil? Even though y'all going through a divorce, can y'all act civil? We asked for civil rights, meaning since we can't be sovereign, can we at least be civil and have that right to deal with one another in banking and every other way in a civil manner? And if you're not going to allow us to have sovereignty, our own country, our own currency, our own military, then in this country, can it be ours and can there be a flow of equality and given the same opportunities? But that was number 10, 15, and 20 on our list. Number 1 was sovereignty and a right to determination, a rite of passage to ourselves. Like every Native American, every Japanese, every Scottish, we fought for that. And we had to settle like an attorney against a corporation, a car accident. You have to come to a settlement because they're not going to give up all and we ain't giving up all. So that's where we begin to look into civil rights now. Let's see if we not get it. We ain't going back to Liberia. We ain't finna get 3 or 4 states for our own African American, settlement for slavery. So since we got to be integrated, and we might as well get some civil rights down. Let's write some rules down. That's what happened. And this is what happens when Negroes are not properly educated, don't travel, not well traveled, not well read, not well informed. And they sit and talk about a Democratic left-wing single-parent black woman told by the liberal left agenda that they spew out to you on all of these social media platforms. It's like you turn to every news station saying the same thing, right? Like, damn, did the ABC7 just say what MSNBC? That, yeah, CBS, they all said. That's exactly what black people are doing all around the world on the Democratic Party, from Compton to East New York, from Gary, Indiana. They're talking the same nigger chitlin place cards that they was given through the black church and through the black caucus. And now people are waking up to it, starting with the black male. And now they want hell to pay. Now you attacking black women. Now you attacking the church. Now you act, you're attacking. Stop. The world can see you. I'm not your enemy. I'm your brother telling you the truth, like, man. The rest of the world can see you and looking at you like, what do they think they're doing? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to come back probably tomorrow. We're going to talk a little bit more. We had some great discussions, ladies and gentlemen. Trump is making common sense reforms and moving forward. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me get this channel back up and going. I took a little break. Let's stay on it. There's lots to talk about, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to be your voice. I say the things sometimes maybe you don't want to say or you don't know how to say because you'll get canceled. Maybe you're a white person who see the same thing that I see and you say it more eloquently than I can, but someone's gonna cancel you. What you know, white boy, about black people? Stop doing this and that. What you who you to tell us? You know, you put us in slavery. Oh Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Believe me, one of the days, ladies and gentlemen, this will all be over and I'll be sitting here live and I'll be giving a special talk and sitting down telling how it happened, from then to now and when slavery really was abolished, because it's a weapon used by people who are making money off of it to sell to people who don't even know no better. They still trying to find out who their father is. Okay? It says must taking money from red states, from schools, from hospitals, from veterans, for senior citizens, and awarding himself with contracts. You don't believe that. Let's stop that. Let's stop. I love the trolling, but Elon Musk just as well as I did, and everybody else in Trump administration, Pam Bondi, we are very good articulators, and that's one thing I love about American people. And I don't mean no offense. It's what I love about my white girl. I can sit here and say the same shit I'm saying, and I know unfortunately some black women are gonna be like, "Damn that nigga, shit, he ain't lying." But I'm white girl gonna sit here and be like, "Telling the truth. You're right. You ain't lying." See, some of you are okay with continuing to lie to your children about why the country look like this, what's really going on in our country, and where we really are. But I'm gonna tell you like this. I got me a nice tea downstairs. I'm about to go drink it. I'm gonna tell you like this. Mark my words. I'm gonna live to see the reform and reconstruction one more time of the slave. Cause it's not your hardware that's messed up. Your hardware is beautiful. You know, it's your software that's fucked up. The Willie Lynch has went so far to damage you. The liberal left have taken you so far off of who you were. Even in slavery, you did better. Even in sharecropping times, you did better. What the liberal left has done to you and who you are in the inside, your moral compass as black people in this country who claim to be Christian, you have been the most radical human beings on the face of the earth in the last 10 to 20 years. You have changed. You have no respect for yourselves, no respect for your ancestors, no respect for Black History Month, no respect for your fathers, your boys, and your sons. You destroy yourself, you destroy your leaders, you destroy people who look like you. You don't give a fuck about what you eat, what you think, what you believe, where you live, how you raise your childrens. You have just become a beautiful people, have become the finished product of a rogue government who's willing to destroy their own just for an agenda. It is a crying shame. But as I promise you, even if there's only a remnant of Black Americans left in this country in 20 or 30 years because of your own ignorance and foolishness, I will be alive to tell the story and write the story about in the times of my youth, after Dr. King, after Malcolm, after Frederick Douglass, after all of the journey of Black people, I was there for the finishing pages like Bilbo Baggins. What was it like? How bad was it? Oh, sit down. Let me tell you a story. Yeah, I was there. It started out in the 80s. Crack, the epidemic, drugs, law enforcement. It was interesting. Pimps, bitches with hoes, and Niggas out there with gators on, and then feminizing came in, weaponizing, feminism, me too. This whole shit over a span of my whatever amount of years. Because none of this shit was here when the payphones were here. None of this shit was here back in the 80s, 90s. We played outside, left your door open. I watched this country go woke. I watched this country become weaponized. I watched us change right in front of my eyes. And I'm going to watch it get better. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back.